5 tips for writing. Now, I can't tell you the best way. I know my way, and I'll tell you the 5 tips. The 5 tips are: never sit down and look at a blank page and think it'll happen, because it won't. What you have to do is that when you find, that's the first one, don't look at a blank page, it'll put you off. Second one, you spend quite a lot of your time using your eyes and your ears and your nose and your heart, your feelings. And you relate to the world that way. You drink in the world around you, and you have all these things that are happening all around you. Maybe it's a piece of rubbish in the road, and you pick it up and it's got some writing on it. And it's writing that's quite interesting. Or maybe it's a bird flying over that lands awkwardly, and you watch it as it tries to fly. It's a young bird. It's a little thing, it's a little thing. Those are the beginnings of stories. It's little things that are beginnings of things that you're interested in and you care about. Above all, you have to care about the subject. I can't remember if it was the second one or the third one, but you have to care about the subject. Then don't try to write it down immediately. Do what I'm doing now with the book I'm writing. Dream it up. Dream it up in your head. There's this wonderful time called dream time, where you don't write anything. Think of that. You don't have to write anything. You're just dreaming it up, dreaming it up, dreaming it up. And what happens if you do that is you start linking up one little thing to the other. You'll link up the bird I told you about with the piece of rubbish that was in the road. You understand what I'm saying? And the bird picks it up, flies it back to the nest, and it becomes part of the nest. That's the way stories happen. They link up together. And then you can link up to something else. There's someone below the tree with a gun, likes to shoot birds. You understand what I'm saying? It's not all wonderful, lovey-dovey stuff. It's difficult stuff sometimes, stuff that hurts you to write and hurts you to read. And the last thing is this: when you start writing, I think that'll be 5. When you start writing, what I do is to write it as if I'm telling it. You know, when I'm telling a story, as I'm talking to you now, I don't know which word's going to come next. I don't think I can spell the word that comes next. I just tell it down. So it's a once upon a time thing. You tell it down, and you keep telling it down onto the page, and then you can correct it later if you want other people to understand it. Yeah, you put in your punctuation because you've got to breathe, haven't you? You need to pause, question marks to show that it's a question. All that can happen later, but get the story down and then read it aloud to yourself when you've done a page. Read it out aloud. See what it sounds like. Make a little correction up, then turn the page over and do the next one. That's the way to go on until you get to the end. And then if you've got a good friend, a really good friend privately, you say, would you like to have a look at this and see what you think? And you'll find they come back and say, oh, I think that's lovely, but maybe this, maybe that. I've got a wife who does that. She never says, oh, it's great, darling. What she says, no, it's quite good, but maybe you could change that. It doesn't mean you don't love her anymore when they say that. You listen what other people think, and then you change it and change it and change it. And before you know it, you've written a short story, or you've written a poem, and it's yours. You made it. You're a young Shakespeare. That's how writers start.